Last time on Cyberphile, we returned to the Pirate's Fortress to score the Ice Arrow, Light Arrow, and Express Mail to Mama, then knocked out a few last-minute side quests before resetting our cycle for the very first time. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask Let's Play with Cyberphile. We are finally starting up our second cycle. As you can see, the game has now properly saved our masks and things. So, yeah. It's time to get into it. So there's a lot of things that we can do, because we have basically every item. Every basic item we have, minus a couple bottles, and obviously the Great Fairy Sword, which is a reward. But if you look here at the menu, you can see our whole item list is filled out. Again, sans the Great Fairy Sword, which would go there. But I think my first order of business is going to be the Deku Scrub Playground. We need to do that for 3 days to get a reward, and that does cost like 10 rupees to play. So let's take some money out. Okay, so you have to do this every day for 3 days. It changes up a little bit each day, but it's pretty easy. And oh, before we get too into anything, we should play the inverted Song of Time and slow down time a little bit here. You always want to do this, basically. Always. Unless you're feeling real confident. It's better to be early for something and then have to wait around than to miss something completely because you were late. Another thing that we can do is we can actually do the whole Zora egg thing, but I'd really like to find a couple more bottles before we do that. 4 bottles would be ideal, so we don't have to make multiple trips to the Pirate Fortress again. So, we'll see. I think ultimately my goal this cycle is going to be to do all the Snowhead stuff. And also, if possible, all of the Romany Ranch stuff as well. So this is pretty easy. You have 1 minute and 15 seconds, or rather that's the old record. You have to get the record all 3 days. So you have 1 minute and 15 seconds to collect all these rupees without falling on the ground. And I think this is actually pretty smart, because this is one of the few things you can do during your first cycle. So first cycle you're going to be stuck as a Deku Scrub with no way to speed up time. And so I think this is just there to give you something to do. You can hone your Deku Scrub skills, which you will need because the first dungeon is the Windfall dungeon, which is all Deku all the time, so. I don't know if it was a good idea to go for this one. Looks like we'll make it there. Sweet. Plenty of time to spare. Okay, and I think he's gonna give us a purple rupee on days 1 and 2, but then on day 3 we'll get a reward. So, good. That's another thing done. Okay, my next order of business is we're gonna open up Romany Ranch, and we're gonna get that little mini questy thing started. So to do that, we need to get a powder keg. We could buy one, but there's one in that chest right outside Romany Ranch anyway, so it's pretty convenient for us. Right here on this stump, as I recall. We don't need to use the magic bean anymore, because we got a hookshot. Yeah, I recently-ish started playing Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, and I got the claw shot, and I was very sad to see that you can't grab onto treasure chests with it. Like, that's a hookshot staple, why can't I do that? I mean, it is what it is, but it made me a little upset. Okay, so Get that down. And then, I don't know. I don't have any arrows, so maybe that'll blow it up. Yeah, makes sense. Sweet. Okay. So in Romany Ranch on day 1, we can get a brand new song. And there's a number of rewards, I think. I think there's maybe 2 for doing the whole Romany Ranch side quest. So, let's see what we got here. Alright, so she's gonna tell us about the quest here. It's very bizarre, but apparently aliens are canon in Legend of Zelda. And they come and abduct their cows, naturally, because that's what aliens do. Come riding in a shiny ball. Then they come to the barn. My older sister won't believe me, but Roman, you must protect the cows. Hey Grasshopper, I'm recruiting an assistant right now. You're a boy, won't you try? Wow, pointlessly gendered. Great, that's the spirit, Grasshopper. Alright then, I'm gonna go straight into my strategy. They'll appear all over the ranch, aim for that barn, and then approach it slowly, so hit them with arrows so they can't get in. You got that? And you mustn't leave the ranch. Okay, so I got 2 minutes to pop all of the ghost balloons, and I think a record is 1 minute, but I don't think you actually even get anything from beating the record, so it doesn't really matter that much. Alright, so... I don't know why I'm making Epona run extra fast. Just makes it harder to aim. Come on, I'm the bow minigame champ. This should be no trouble at all. Just get it. Thank you. Alright, cool. That's done. Now we should get a free song, because normally you get Epona's song, but... instead, we got Song of Healing. Okay, so there's a couple things we can do with that. Okay, so tonight I have to be back here at 2 to do that quest. So hopefully I can knock out the Snowhead dungeon before 2 tonight. That's gonna be the objective. Because we have everything we need to do Snowhead. So that's gonna be the move. Oh, and at 4 o'clock, actually, today, we need to head back to the, inn and collect something, so... again, hopefully we'll have the dungeon complete by then. Okay, we need to play Goron Lullaby. A, right, left, A, right, left, right, A. Oops. A, right, left, right, A. Okay. A, right, left, A, right, left, right, A. Okay, so there's an invisible Goron here. If you use the Lens of Truth, you can see him. He's fucking enormous, and he's what's spraying the cold down so that you can't go forward. There he is. He'll fall asleep and die. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't die. But he will fall asleep and get the fuck out of our way so we can get into Snowhead. We will actually finally, what, 13, 14, something like that, episodes in, finally get to do our first dungeon. So that's kind of funny in a way. Oh no! Okay, let's not push our luck here. I always try to roll all the way up there, and I've never made it once. So... alright, let's cook through this temple. A couple things you need to know about dungeons in general, since this is our first one. Every dungeon has 15 stray fairies in it. And if you wear the Great Fairy's mask, the hair will shimmer if there's a fairy nearby. So obviously I know there's no fairies in this room. And then we need Goron here to move this block. And if we wanted to... Honestly, I don't even need to fight this Wolfos. He can fuck off. Oh, I need arrows pretty desperately. I think these are only going to give us magic because they want you to jump the gap here. Which we will do. But we have fire arrows early. Oops. I missed. It'd be really nice to get some arrows. Because there are actually at least 2 fairies in this room. I think there's 2. And we need arrows to get them, so. This dungeon is kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. But, it's got probably the coolest boss. Boss is so fun. Alright, cool. So we made it across. Please, arrows? Alright, cool. We got some arrows. Alright, so that means that we can do some things. Oh, that guy drops arrows too. Rock and roll. Okay, so we got the fire arrows super early in this playthrough. Or rather, we got them earlier than we should have, because you get the fire arrows in this dungeon. So we can actually get to over here, kill these guys, and get ourselves a free chest, which I believe is a small key. I could be wrong. But I'm not. Okay. Alright, cool. So we got the key, and we got some arrows, which I need to now repurpose into regular arrows instead of fire arrows. Because you see there's one fairy down here. Now, also, whenever you wear the Great Fairy Mask, fairies will automatically come to you whenever you free them. Sometimes they'll be in bubbles, sometimes you'll find them in chests, or in pots, or things in enemies. So you can wear the Great Fairy Mask to bring them to you. Alright, so we're 2 fairies down. My Great Fairy hair is no longer shimmering. There's no more in this room. There's fairy just hanging out in this room. So we got that one. And then I think there's a treasure chest down here. Am I an idiot? Oh, there it is. That's the map, I think? Yeah. Alright, so we got the map, and then you need the fire arrows to activate this lift, but we can do that early. And as you can see, my hair is still shimmering, so there's still a stray fairy in this room, and that's what I want to get. Because I don't want to go too out of order in these dungeons. I might get myself kind of stuck, or just not that familiar with the dungeon. But there's some hidden stairs here, which will lead us to the stray fairy. I have to activate the lift again. I want to try and conserve my magic power though, because we don't have a ton of it yet. So what I really like about us having access to this dungeon first is that, oh my god. The reward for collecting all the stray fairies in this dungeon is an increase to... It doubles the amount of magic power you have. And actually, I wonder if we can just say fuck it and hookshot to the chest. It's in that little alcove up there. Oh! Oh! Galaxy brain! Okay. So, don't have to use the stupid little things. But you'll see that using Lens of Truth to find fairies is a common theme in this temple. Okay, but again, I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. We're gonna progress in the dungeon the normal way. So this is like the central chamber. As you see, we'll be visiting this room many times, using our Goron roll to jump the gaps and stuff. It's pretty cool. Dungeon is actually pretty cool. But first, I think I can go all the way down, because there is a stray fairy down here. And stray fairies also heal you, which is kind of nice, so. Okay, so we got our stray fairy in the basement area. And then where did we come from? I think out of this one. So let's go aside and do what we can here. We can use this to make a bridge. And there's also a chest back behind it. I think that might be the compass. I don't remember. Fun or not so fun fact. Last time I played this game, and the previous time, I don't know what it is about this dungeon, or what. And these are on two different hardwares. Like one was on computer and one was on the GameCube port. And I finish this dungeon, go to do other stuff, and my game fucking crashes before I can save it. So, like, super frustrating. I had to do this dungeon all over again. So of all the dungeons, I probably know this one the best. Okay, just another small key. So no compass yet. Up there, I'm like 90% sure that's a stray fairy. We can't actually climb up there, but we got that hook shot, remember? Definitely not supposed to have that hook shot yet. Makes things a little simple. Alright, so we got our stray fairy. And then this is kind of cool. You gotta melt the ice by shooting a fire arrow, or a regular arrow through it. I mean, we could just use the fire arrow because we have it, but that's the way you're intended to do it. And we can also save some magic power by not doing it that way too, so. Okay, so this just leads us back to start area. We have a key, so we can go in here. So I don't know how well you can tell, but the floor in here, that sucks. The floor in here is a little bit slick, and so these wolves are kind of a pain in the ass. Here's our compass. Okay, and then clearly we have to blast a hole in the wall here to get through. But also... A blast knocked us back. That little box that was on top there houses that stray fairy that we just got, so... There we go. Okay, so we're gonna do our little what do you want to call it? Sequence skip, I guess, with our fire arrows. And then this is kind of like a slidey block puzzle. You gotta slide the block over there so that you can climb on and get up. Or you can just use the hookshot if you got that ahead of time, which we did. So, up we go. And I believe this is just another stray fairy, so... Yep. 8 down, so we're over halfway now. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so the move here is that there are icicles in the ceiling, and you use the icicles to destroy the ice pieces. Just like we had to use the bow to actually get in here. Get into the snow area. You also gotta use the arrows to knock all these down. Cool. And then while we're here, as you can see, my hair has been shimmering since I entered the room. This is another Lens of Truth one. See how there's that white shit on the wall? Right here? It's because there's actually a... It's actually a way in there. So we're gonna need to jump to it. In here. There you go. There's a chest with a stray fairy in it. Okay. And up top here, as you can see on my little mini map there is a there's a treasure chest. That treasure chest houses a small key. Just gotta knock out this snow boulder. Big snowballs. Okay, and we're gonna move on to the next room in the very next episode of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask Let's Play Randomizer. I think I mixed up some of those words there with Cyberphile. So I'll see you next time. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more Cyberphile content. And if you liked this video, show me with that little thumbs up button. If you liked this video, you might like one of my other videos. You can click right on the boxes to jump to them. Cyberphile, offline.